Are we on? We are live. Good afternoon. Greetings, salutations. Let's see here. Before we get rocking and rolling, we check the audio and the video here, make sure everything is copacetic. It was a little bit last minute getting this all set up. There we go. All right. Perfect. I'm gonna pull this over here so that I'm not looking away from you guys. So, please, as you're hopping on here, these are my new, I don't know if I showed you guys these yet, but these are my new reading glasses. About 4 weeks ago, I was doing something that required very close up, for me to be looking at something very, very close up, and I got super dizzy and cross-eyed. And so shortly thereafter, like it was on the weekend, I think. Following Monday, I went and got my eyes checked, and finally I'm officially in the over 40 club. I had to get some reading glasses. So, oh my God, what a life changer. I've always had 20/20 vision, and then I thought nothing was wrong, and then I went and got these, and now all of a sudden reading, using my phone, like everything just feels so much better. I didn't realize how bad they had gotten. Huh. Hello, Meg, my mom is watching. So yeah, I would love for you guys to let me know, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Every week we get people from all over the place: Finland, Scotland, Australia, the US, Canada, and I love seeing that. I love seeing how we can always gather. Oh, I got the baby's high chair. Kobe just had her lunch. I'm gonna tuck her high chair away. I gotta tell you, it's always quite last minute when I get set up for these, because Sundays just get away from us around here. So I'm always, as soon as I'm live, I'm always checking around, like in the background, what horrible mess or family secret did I forget to hide? Just kidding. There's nothing to hide. But what I do realize I need to do is get some more plants in my kitchen and get something to cover up this back window because it is a bit bright. So where are we watching from, guys? Say hello. I know that you guys are out there. I can see that there's a bunch of you watching, but no one's saying anything. So let me know, where are you watching from? Today is already August. August already. Wow, I don't know what happened to the last 2 months, but here we are. So this means in like Ontario, Canada, northern United States, I think Croatia, areas along that line also are in the same kind of seasonality as far as produce is concerned. And that means that these beautiful specimens, peaches, are coming into season, usually July and August, they start. So I was super grateful. Last week I had some people that were watching say that they would like to see me do some seasonal recipes for ingredients that are in season. What else is in season right now here in Costa Rica are watermelons. So these is sandia. Hey Sophie from Ojai, California. Chris is saying hello from Portland, Oregon. So I wore my watermelon shirt to celebrate the watermelons that are in season here in Costa Rica. And I also wore blue jeans to celebrate all of the cooler weather places. I don't wear jeans. I would think Levi, my partner, when I walked out in these just now, he's like, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing blue jeans. There's really no reason to wear them in Costa Rica. But I thought I'd put them on since we are celebrating seasonal food from the Northern Hemisphere. So peaches is what we're talking about today. Someone last week, like I was saying, had asked if I would start to do some seasonal, use some seasonal ingredients. So that's what we're gonna do today. Sorry, I just realized I need a glass of water. So I'm gonna grab that. All this talking makes my mouth very parched. Rebecca says, hi from Longview, Texas. Much better. So peaches. So I was worried because in Costa Rica we don't grow peaches here. I'm pretty sure. I mean, why would we? Evan's watching from Florida. Roger's saying watching from Hutchinson, Kansas. Awesome. So welcome. So I was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to get any, but I did find some. They were rock hard when I bought them. I left them on the counter here for all of 2 days, and now they're perfect. And they're actually quite tasty. I've been eating them all day. And I do also have peaches in liquid form that we have kicking around from when Kobe was only eating purees. So I have that peach, and the baby food and preserves and frozen peaches, peak of freshness typically when they're making those packaged foods. So the peach flavor is pretty spot on. Evan says, I can't wait till I get to come to Costa Rica. I can't wait till you guys can come to Costa Rica too. Apparently the borders are open now for people from certain areas of the world, but it's very confusing. They keep changing the rules. What is required in order to travel here is a very convoluted and complicated list. I do know some people are attempting to travel, but I also know that some countries have Costa Rica on the blacklist. Some countries that we are allowing here, it requires that you have to go back into quarantine once you get back to your own country. So it's a really complicated mess, as everyone knows. Lynn is saying hi from New York, a New Yorker visiting North Carolina. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into these recipes because I've got 3 things I want to show you guys today. The first thing I'm gonna show you is something that's really, really easy. And if you don't like microwaves, turn away from your screen because we're gonna make a microwave peach cake. So it's so easy, and that's why I wanted to show you guys. I already have a finished product here. I will show you that before I get started. So this is a microwave. It's the simplest thing in the world. So it's a peach cake that I've made. It's a peach mug cake essentially, and I made that earlier today, and I did take some chunks out of it to give to the baby for lunch. Not a baby. My daughter is officially 1 year old. This past Friday, July 31st, we celebrated her 1 year birthday. Like, talk about time disappearing. I don't even know how that happened. So she's officially a toddler now, which is crazy. Anyway, she had some of that cake for dessert. She had nothing but fruit for lunch, I'm not gonna lie. Today, she did not want to eat anything else. She did not like vegetables. She really only likes fruit and animal protein. Who would have thought? Okay, so let's get to this. I've got a 12-ounce mug. It's really funny because I don't use ounce measurements very often. I did start when we started making bottles for the baby, so I actually made sure that this was a 12-ounce mug by pouring in 12 ounces of water out of the baby bottle. That's how I figured that out. So 12-ounce mug, and we're just gonna start tossing ingredients in here. So I've got 1 tablespoon of almond milk. You could use soy milk, regular milk, any kind of milk you want, 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of any kind of oil. The original recipe that I had was for adding olive oil. No thanks, why not use coconut oil? Because it's delicious in sweet things. I'm gonna add in, I think it's about a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm just dumping this all in here, guys. It's so easy. Cardamom is really good with peaches. I'm gonna add in this is just some powdered vanilla. If I had cardamom, I would toss that in. I do not have cardamom. 2 tablespoons of raw sugar, so this is raw organic sugar. I'm gonna just drop that in there. I'm just gonna kind of whisk that all together, breaking up any of the pieces of baking powder. You do not want chunks of baking powder or baking soda. If you're just hopping on here, guys, let me know where you're watching from. I just got a fresh haircut. You can see I'm rocking a 2-tone look right now. Keeping your hair short, you have to cut it often, and I don't want to color it so often, so just rocking a little bit of a 2-tone mohawk right now. I'm just noticing it really looks in your face on the TV screen. So there. Other ingredients. This is our peach mug cake. You could obviously substitute in any fruit you want. Frozen blueberries would be fine, but I've got this delicious ripe peach. So I'm gonna take about half of it, and I'm gonna just cube it into little pieces, and I'm gonna throw that in the bottom. And then the other bit, I'm just gonna slice it thinly, maybe into like 6 pieces. That's what we're gonna top the cake with, just like I did in the example one that I showed you guys. So to this moist mixture, we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of flour. So use any flour you want. I'm using regular whole wheat flour because that's what I had, or wheat flour. That's what I have. Got lots because I made some pizzas, homemade naan bread pizzas the other day, and I wanted to use the regular. So I should have maybe mixed the flour in before adding those peaches, but it's gonna be fine as long as it's all mixed. This is not the scientific cake. Like the cake that I baked for my daughter's birthday, which was a vegan chocolate coconut cake. And I did a whipped cream chocolate pudding style icing. Yummo. There we go. Scrape that bit of batter in there. And I'm gonna take these pieces and I'm just gonna put them on top. Like I said, if you are one of those people that really thinks microwaves are the devil, which I used to, but I don't use them very often. When I do it because I really, really want the convenience. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna toss it in here for 2.5 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. 2.5 minutes. Easy peasy. Drop my pit into the compost bin. Lynn says, Veronica from New Jersey is here watching too. She says she knows you're cooking well from Rythmia. Oh, so cool. Hey, Veronica from New Jersey. So good to have you here. Thank you guys for joining in. Peaches are probably coming into season up in those parts. Hi, Amber. So good to have you guys. Okay, so while we got dessert cooking in the oven, 2 really other easy ways to use peaches. And I'm just trying to show you guys some ideas, you know, a little bit outside the box of how you might typically expect to use peaches. Peach pie, peach preserves, peach cobbler. That was the very first thing Levi said today to me when I told him I was doing peaches. He's like, oh, you're gonna make peach cobbler. I said, no, everyone makes peach cobbler. Everyone's got a peach cobbler recipe. What we are gonna make is some savory peach spring rolls or summer rolls. Let's call them summer rolls since we are in the heart of the summer right now. So I'm gonna make them using rice paper wrap. So if you're not familiar, these are really simple, really easy to use, just takes a little bit of practice. They usually come in either little envelopes or this is a little plastic container. And they are exactly what they are. It's the same idea as rice noodles. Like think about the noodles that you eat when you're eating pad thai. Same idea here, same material, and really, really easy to cook. So it's kind of like paper right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour some hot water. So this is not boiling water anymore. It boiled a while ago, so it's just nicely warm. I'm gonna have that standing by, and all I'm gonna need to do is dump this in there for a few moments and it will soften up. I'm gonna show you my ingredients. So the ingredients for these savory summer rolls are, I've got a couple of little pieces of lettuce, and these are gonna act as a bit of a barrier between my wet ingredients and that rice paper wrap so it doesn't get all soggy. I've got some fresh basil leaves, really beautiful big fresh basil leaves. I'm just gonna take a couple of those off. I've also got some, and I'm gonna dump this water out. This is fresh mint, which goes really well with the peaches. I just had it soaking in some water because it was a little bit limp in my refrigerator, so I wanted to bring some life back. So this is fresh mint, or here in Costa Rica we call it hierba buena, and I'm gonna actually run my knife through that because mint is very strong. I hear that our cake is finished. We'll look at that in a second. Obviously we need peach since that is the star of the show today, so I'm gonna take just half of this peach. And these are, oops, I didn't make it quite down the middle there. I was just about to say these are the ones where they're really easy to separate from the pit, and then I was gonna say, did I speak too soon? No. So this one's a little bit firmer than the other one. And I wanna slice this one in really thin slices because this is gonna go inside our wrapper. So we don't want massive big chunks. So just thinly slicing that. And I'm getting all my ingredients ready here. I've already got some carrot that I grated, red cabbage, shredded red cabbage would be really good in here also. That's what I typically do. And then I've got some extra protein here, some walnuts. The knife is too silly, too small and silly for this purpose. So I've got some walnuts here, and I'm just gonna run my knife through their, whole halves. Hazelnuts, pistachios, sunflower seeds would be really good, just to add some crunch and some plant-based protein. And then avocado, always with the avocado. So my daughter ate the other half, well, maybe a quarter of the other half of this for lunch today. So I'm just gonna take a quarter of it, and I'm gonna also slice this really thinly, like so. I'm gonna take a little bit of lime here. I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of lime over that so that it doesn't get all yucky and brown in my wrap. There we go. Grab a spoon. Scrape the avocado flesh away. Easy peasy. So now we've got all of our ingredients ready. Oh, and then I've also pre-made Basil Pesto, which is going to go really, really well and give it a nice savory edge. This is not a vegan pesto. Normally I do a vegan one with nutritional yeast instead of cheese. This one actually has Parmesan in it. Let's see. Looks and smells mighty fine. So I'm just going to let this cool a moment. Look at that. Yum. Oh, if this was smell-o-vision, you guys, if only. My cat's attacking my feet. Okay, so I'm gonna take one of my rice paper wraps. I'm just gonna plop it into my warm, hot water here. And while that is just soaking for a moment, I'm gonna grab a dry clean cloth. And once I'm gonna take it out of the water, I'm just gonna give it a quick dab onto this cloth to just get rid of any excess moisture. Now, this is the most time-consuming part of this recipe. But you want to soak this just long enough in the warm hot water. Hey George! Peachy George. Just long enough that it's going to be soft enough to roll, but not so soft that it's going to just fall apart. So there we go. Just took off a bit of the moisture. You can see it's good and flimsy now. I'm going to lie that down on my cutting board. Of course, I'm probably going to tear this. It's probably going to be a big disaster because I'm doing this live. But here, Rita, as we say. So, can you see that? Yeah, you guys can see that, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to set that knife out of the way. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a piece of the lettuce and I'm going to lie that down. And this is going to, like I said, it's going to act as a bit of a barrier to keep the moisture from getting too close to the edge of the rice paper wrap, because that will make it soggy, make it fall apart. Spreading a little bit of the pesto inside the lettuce leaf, easy breezy. Then I'm going to lay down maybe a bit of carrot. This is carrot that I just grated with my box grater. Then I'm going to add in, I'm going to grab a fork, a couple slices of my avocado. Yum. Let me see what's going on. Then a couple slices of my peach, maybe 3 slices up and down here. Perfect. And then along the side, just a little bit of this walnut. You could do a bit of salt and pepper. I'm not going to bother. Oops, I forgot to run my knife through this mint, so I'm just going to grab my mint leaves. Pile them, stack them together, roll them into a little tube, and then run your knife through it. And it's called a chiffonade. It's just a really easy way. My knife is jumping on a piece of walnut. Just a really easy way to cut your herbs. Then I'm just going to put a few pieces in there, and I'm going to lay 1 piece of basil on top. Yum! So that is our spring roll. This would be really good served with more basil, or you could do like something completely on the other end of the spectrum and serve it with like a peanut sauce or something. But what you do is you just take the one side, you're going to roll it like a burrito, is the way I like to do it. So you roll, tuck it under, and then you pull up the bottom side just like a burrito. Roll, roll, roll. And I want to serve this like I'm serving this one so the end is open, so you can see the pretty ingredients. Hey, Marie Skinner, nice to see you. She's watching from Montana. So there we go, there's one. Easy breezy. Want to see that again? Do we need to see that again? So again, so easy from start to finish. You grab one of these. I'm going to do it again because I have the ingredients for the other one. This would be a good snack for Levi and I to have. So piece of rice into the warm water. Like so. Letting it soak, soak, soak. I've still got all my ingredients set up here. Just making sure that all edges are getting some water action here. So it's not scalding hot water. You don't want the water so hot that you can't get your fingers in there. So I boiled this about an hour ago and it's just been sitting in the kettle. There we go. There we go. Flimsy, flimsy. Bloop, 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 bloop. Just going to drop it on. Just give it a little dab here onto the cloth. Lie it down. These things are super versatile, these rice paper wraps. You can fill them with pretty much anything. You can even make them into dessert wraps with just a bunch of sweet things like fruit and grated chocolate, or, you know, sweet goat's milk, goat cheese or something like that. And they look really good. So it's a really beautiful way to even if like to serve a salad course at a dinner party, just serve your salad inside a rice paper wrap and it just presents really beautifully. So I'm gonna do this one a little bit different. So I'm gonna place the leaf right in the very center of the rice paper wrap. I'm gonna put my carrots on, my avocado, like so. Might as well do all 3 pieces there. Yum. Throw some peaches on there because we gotta have peaches. I'm gonna put 4 pieces. A little bit of walnuts on the edge for the crunch. Gotta have the crunch. A little bit of mint. My basil leaf on top. This one might be a little bit full, but whatever. Then I'm gonna roll the top over, tuck it in. Sorry, the side. Then the top, then the bottom. See what I'm doing there? Making a little pouch. And then roll it over to the edge. No, this one is sealed on both ends. Beautiful. Bada boom, bada bing. So there's one really easy meal. Oh my gosh, the crunch. Yeah, you gotta have the crunch. In these types of things, the weird texture, because the rice paper wraps have got a weird texture. The crunch kind of takes away from that. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge for now. Easy breezy. Like I said, substitute in any ingredients you want. So what's the next recipe that I'm gonna show you guys? A really, really easy one. Really, really easy one. So I have another peach here and I'm gonna slice into it because I think this one's a little bit riper than the one that I just used. Yeah, oh, look at that. So good. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice this. You see? Yeah. I'm just gonna slice it along the side like this into, imagine you're slicing tomatoes for on a sandwich. I haven't even told you what we're doing with this yet, but it's super easy. And it's another pretty one. So I'm just slicing, like I'm slicing a tomato. Let me just go across this one more time. This is not the sharpest knife I grabbed. These are knives all the way from Canada. No paring knives. All right, so now I got these all sliced up real nice. We're gonna do, tidy that up a little bit. A little bit soft, so it's kind of falling apart a little bit. But that's okay. I'm gonna grab a couple of other ingredients. Basil and mozzarella. What? Yeah, we're gonna make this into a basil peach caprese salad. So I've got a couple. Ooh, got a little itch in my throat. Much better. Okay, what is Marie saying? She's like, slice like a tomato. Yes. So there's my peach. Then I'm gonna lie a piece of basil down. Then I've got these amazing little mini mozzarellas. Then I'm gonna just slice in half. Lay that one. Yum. Lay another peach. Grab another whole fresh basil leaf. Lie that across. Another piece of cheese. Another peach. Actually, I'm gonna use that one. It's a little prettier. Another piece of cheese. And you could do vegan cheese. I know even at my grocery store here in Costa Rica, you can buy vegan mozzarella balls, which is pretty crazy that we have that here. And another piece of lettuce, basil. And then you just need a little bit of black pepper, because you really want to encourage this savory side of the peach. A little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. And then, if you remember a couple weeks back, we made balsamic reduction live together here. So then we just take a little bit of that. Yet another amazing summer salad. So good. I'm gonna post pictures of these in the comments. All right, so that is recipe number 2, easy breezy. Shall we have a look at how our mug cake turned out? Let's see. I'm gonna grab a spatula. Did I keep that one out? No. So grab a little spatula, and then I just like to rub my spatula around the edge. And dump it out. Yeah, this one turned out into a nice little proper mug shape. A couple of my peaches on top. So good, so moist, super delicious. Marie says, nice, the balsamic. Yeah, really, really good. So then here you serve this with a nice scoop of your favorite ice cream. I've got vanilla Haagen-Dazs in the refrigerator. A little sprinkle of cinnamon, delicious. So those are just a couple of quick, easy ways to use all of these peaches that are in season right now. I know that, you know, I used to always buy the big baskets and then run out of ideas, and I got sick and tired of making jam all the time. So look at me, I'm like, it's not like I'm not doing a video. I'm just talking like I would if you were here for dinner. I'm starting to do the dishes. Soak in that mug. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys here today. Let me see what's going on next week. This is one, we're talking short and sweet. Tiffany Lynn, I love you, peaches. Oh, you meant you love peaches, not, you weren't calling me peaches? I thought that was a term of endearment. Next week, let's see, what do I have? I made a list. August 9th, eating human. What's that gonna be? Cannibalism? Highly doubt it. You'll have to tune in next week for that. So that is the next week. And then the week after that, we're gonna be talking tomatoes, because tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, oh my gosh, so good. I know that there are tomatoes out there at this time of year, so we're gonna do that. And then the week after that, we're gonna be talking about recipes with goat milk. That is on the agenda for the rest of this month. If you guys have anything you wanna see, any ideas, yes, raw peaches, like raw peaches. That's Tiffany and I. Tiffany is a fabulous person. I don't want to tell our personal story. It's not my story to tell live here. Marie says, oh, can't wait, love tomato. Me too. So I'm going to see if I can come up with some really fun ways to do it. I'm not going to just show you a tomato caprese salad. All right, if there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. Post it in the comments. Send me a message. I'm going to take a picture of the two of these finished products, throw them in the comments, along with the recipes if you'd like to see them. If there's anyone that you think could use a little bit of inspiration for peaches, please share this video. If there's anyone that you think could use Rythmia and everything that we bring and offer, please share all of these videos, mine, Jerry's, Jeff's. That's really the only way that we're getting our what we do out into the world is via social media these days. So we haven't been doing any marketing and all of that, obviously, because we are closed. So please share. Send this to anyone that you think would benefit. And until next time, have a beautiful rest of your Sunday and a beautiful week, and I'll see you guys here next time.